Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is bartering, pros and cons of bartering. Okay, I get asked these questions a lot. What type of items should I stock up on to barter? When should I barter? Um, you know, should I start bartering now? Listen, it's never a bad time to start bartering. Actually, I see. I was on actually my husband's Facebook the other day because I was talking to my sister Janine, and I had noticed something in like one of those community pages, for Hillsborough County. And somebody was saying, they were asking for help and they were saying, I don't have much money, but I can barter with you. And I said to myself, now is not a bad time to start bartering. It's always a good time to start bartering, but it all depends on what you have, right? And what you're willing to barter for, right on? So let's talk about the pros and the cons, okay? And what to barter, what not to barter, you know what I mean? So what is barter? Okay. Bartering is to trade by exchange of commodities rather than by use of money. Okay. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because the value of our money is going down. Okay. And, the financial woes that we are looking at right now. Okay, now is the time to actually start to barter. Now, I'm not saying, go into a retail store and say, hey, I'll give you this for that. That's not going to work. Now, if you're doing like a private sale, that type of thing, bartering will work. Okay. If you happen to know like your mechanic on a personal level, like I do, I barter with my mechanic. Okay. I do all of his pressure canning in exchange for work on my car. Okay. So that type of thing. Yeah. A lot of contractors, if you know them personally, you can actually barter with them. Okay. So much actually has been written about the use of bartering in a post SHTF Tawataki scenario. Barter is actually presumed to be the norm. Okay. It is the norm for conducting common transactions, okay, especially at the beginning of an event, okay, whatever event you want to put in your head, okay, just think of an event and let's go with that, okay. So, but none of these discussions actually describe the true difficulties of using barter for containing daily common supplies and needs. And this is survival bartering, when you're very life may depend on your bartering skills. So that's why I said it's not a bad time to start bartering now. Okay. So if you want to get, like in the groove, you know what I mean? Get in the groove of doing it. So you get a little bit of, what do you want to call it? Expertise under your belt. Okay. It's not a bad idea. Okay. So most people think that barter is merely, I'll trade you this for that. In a pure, simple base, that is so. Okay, like I said, like I do all of my mechanics pressure canning. And he does work on my car. However, where the rubber meets the road, no pun intended, tires, right? Where therefore, like theory smacks hard into the face of reality, it isn't nearly that simple and easy. Barter is plainly not the same things as money. Okay, just using things like matches, seeds, clean water, rounds of ammo, a place in place of coins and paper money. So the difference between survival bartering and using money. Now let's talk about that. Like it or not, good or bad, money, okay, as we have come to know it, is an effective means of exchange, but only when it comes to retail so far. Right on. So we exchange money for the product and the services that we want, retail wise, right on. Money is very effective and is because it is very generic. Yes. The currency we receive or pay out in exchange for products or services can be used to obtain whatever products or services that we want when we want them. All other things being equal, we do not need to know exactly what we are going to use the money for when we receive it. Now, we can exchange money for food or clothing or medicine or fuel or transportation or entertainment, etc., etc. So by contrast, when you are considering a barter exchange, okay, you might want to consider at that exact moment what it actually is you reasonably expect to do with whatever items or item you are receiving in that exchange. It is highly risky to accept an item whose usefulness to you is not clear. So what are the obvious drawbacks? All right, well, you may need an item today, but need it tomorrow, and now the opportunity to acquire it is gone. Okay, you may take an item in exchange thinking it will be useful, but turns out it's not useful at all. You may take the greater risk of accepting an item in exchange and hope to re-exchange it later, like regifting, right? For something else, but that doesn't pan out either. Okay, so for example, many websites and blogs state that 22 ammo will be the new currency in a post-SHTF environment. Well, to me, 22 is only good if I have a 22, right? If not, I either don't accept that exchange to take on additional risk by accepting something I may or may not be able to rebarter later for something I do need. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so here's another example. Consider a post-natural disaster scenario like Katrina or Ian or something like that. Okay, suppose someone comes to you with a brand new big screen and they want to trade it for food. In more normal times, the TV has value because you can use it right away, right? But after a disaster, it could be weeks, it could be months, it could be what before power and cable is even restored to your area. So what good is that TV going to do? Nothing. It's garbage. Get out of here. I need my food. More than go. Bring it up somewhere. You know what I mean? So what exactly do you want to store as barter items? The answer is quite simple, actually. It largely does not matter. All right. There is no real way to know what exactly will be exchangeable value in a post-SHTF scenario. Okay. Some items will probably always have a level of demand, such as food, water, medical defenses, fuel, etc. But those would likely be the last things you want to trade instead, because you want to keep those for yourself anyways. All right. So there are plenty of websites. There's plenty of videos. They're full of suggestions for this or that to accumulate for barter, like tobacco, alcohol, ammo, salt, sugar, batteries, candles, needles, thread, toothbrushes, dental floss, blah, 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 blah. Okay. In one video I recently saw, a guy claimed to have over 50,000, listen, 50,000 nails of all kinds stored for both his own building use and some for barter. On another website, it was posted that someone had stored so much toilet paper in anticipation for Y2K. Now, Y2K was how long ago? But listen, and so much toilet paper for anticipation for Y2K problems that it took several years after Y2K to use it all up. Imagine having to store all that toilet paper for Y2K. All right. So There is also geography that has to be considered here as well. Some items may have greater value to people in urban areas, while people in rural areas put greater value in different items, okay? Someone in the north will value warm clothes, while someone down here in Florida, we want tank tops and shorts and flip-flops, okay? So the reality is you simply cannot turn your home, your pantry, into an extension of Walmart's, okay? We're not Target here, all right? No one has enough money and enough space to allow this. If you are going to collect items with the intention to use them for bartering, please be sure that they are things that you can use yourself in your own life, should the exchange value not be as significant as you imagined pre-SHTF, not to mention an SHTF event never occurs at all. Okay, so barter exchange has been around since the start of humanity. All right, there is no reason to think that would change. But bartering for products and services is far different from our present currency exchange systems that requires very different understanding of how markets work in order to be successful. It should not be a thought of as just the same using dollars or other paper currency, okay? So you're going to have to put thought into this, okay? But like I said, it's not a bad time to start to get experience under your belt. Find out what people, say you need a ride, okay? You ain't got gas money, but you need a ride. Be like, well, what can I give you in exchange for instead of gas money? Be like, can I cook you dinner? That type of thing. All right? Be like, I know I got food. I'll cook you dinner. How about that? That's an exchange. That's a barter. Okay? I'll do your laundry. Okay? That type of thing. No money is actually being exchanged in hand here. Okay? Your help, one hand, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. One hand washes the other. That type of thing. Okay? So just, it's not too late. I would actually start doing it now. Okay? It's not a bad idea. All right? Get to learn how the process works now. Okay? All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. All right? You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.